Despite being imprisoned since the third capture in 2016, Mexico's narco-tunnel pioneer has left a legacy of covert cross-border construction. Why is the drug lord famous for his tunnels? Follow along as we discover the secret behind these tunnels. The infamous tunnels. El Chapo's horrific crimes as the head of Sinaloa cartel were exposed by the evidence that was presented when the famous kingpin was captured. Nevertheless, the evidence of one of the Mexican trafficker's most vital tools was also revealed: tunnels. The drug lord has mastered a variety of new, innovative techniques for utilizing tunnels. At the US-Mexico border, he established what is known as the longest ever drug tunnel, according to CBI officials. On November 25, 2010, saw the discovery of one tunnel that covered a distance of 2,200 feet, beginning at a residence in Tijuana and ending in a group of warehouses on Maconi Drive. The complex structure of the passage was highlighted. A lengthy, complex passageway with a railway, plumbing, and ventilation system is concealed 70 feet beneath a modest industrial structure in Tijuana, Mexico. The warehouse contained about 3,500 kilograms of marijuana. An additional inquiry revealed a tractor-trailer carrying another 12,500 kilograms of the Interstate 15 Border Patrol post in Temecula. The second tunnel, which according to American authorities was considered more complex, was discovered on November 29, 2011. At a warehouse in Calle de Linea, the underground passageway, uncovered in 2011, was built to covertly transport tons of drugs from Mexico into an industrial region of San Diego, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers. The agents had found 15,000 kilograms of drugs inside the warehouse and another 10,500 kilograms in a tractor-trailer that was loaded up and driven to the industry. Brains behind the idea of tunnels. The construction of these tunnels were the efforts of Jose Sanchez Villalobos, a high-ranking manager of the Sinaloa cartel, who continued to bring attention to drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's obsession with covert operations. Months are usually needed for mapping the procedure. Ultimately, a San Diego industrial area was found to be the U.S. exit point, and sandbags have been used to shut it off from the inside. The tunnel extended more than 3,500 feet beyond the boundary in a dead-end extension that was still incomplete. The tunnels developed throughout time to incorporate lifts, ventilation systems, train systems, and other high-tech inventions that facilitated the quick transportation of huge quantities of narcotics. Marijuana has traditionally been smuggled through tunnels as opposed to other drugs. Its scent and size make it more difficult to sneak into the country through ports of entry. Sanchez's pre-sentencing report was created by an officer who stated that it does not appear to be harder drugs like cocaine, heroin, or methamphetamine were funneled through the tunnels. In the plea agreement, Sanchez acknowledged organizing, funding, supervising the building of multiple cross-border tunnels from 2010 to 2012, as well as managing their function as smuggling routes. Sanchez received slightly over the minimum mandatory 10-year term after he was found guilty of drug distribution conspiracy and given a sentence of 10 years and 1 month in prison. The tunnel will eventually be sealed off as the inquiry progresses through what Francisco calls a pricey procedure, including the drilling of holes from the surface 70 feet down into the tunnel and then sealing them with concrete slurry. Once released from prison, Sanchez, a citizen of the United States with legal status, will probably be deported to Mexico. According to the lawyer, Guadalupe Valencia, he intends to travel back to Guadalajara and have a surgery to treat major health difficulties. Is there an end to it? During his 2016 presidential campaign, President Trump has made securing the southern border of the United States a top priority, inspiring followers by promising to build a large border wall. However, despite the president's insistence that a physical barrier at the border is the only solution to what he referred to as humanitarian and security crisis, smugglers continue to cross the border both underground and on open land. Although the cartels will continue to use their resources to try and breach our border, the DEA and our partners in the Tunnel Task Force will continue to use our resources to ensure that they fail, that our border is secure, and that tunnels like this are shut down to stem the flow of deadly drugs entering the United States, as stated by the DEA Special Agent John W. Caleri. The US government continues to consider tunnels a significant issue, having set up tunnel task force groups throughout the border and funding tunnel detection research. Comment down your thoughts below on this advanced method of drug transportation.